Yo, big up people, what's everyone saying? Welcome to another video on the channel, man. Listen, it's been a long time, a week without a video, but listen, I had, uni just got in the way, man. Work got in the way. But listen, it's been a mad day today, like, and yeah, man, regarding Man United, I've got 4 people joined, 4 amazing people, and a new person that's just joined, man, like idol, bro, a debut on the channel. How are you doing, bro?
I'm doing great, man. Thanks for having me. And I wish situation was like there'd be some more positive stuff to be discussing, but that's
Exactly.
Manchester United in a nutshell. So
Big up, bro. Listen, yeah. How are you, Labil, by the way? Listen, man just woke up. What are you saying?
I'm good, man. Thank you for having me on.
Nice one. Big up Robbie, by the way. Listen, if you don't know me and Robbie, yeah, listen, we don't always agree, but listen, like we don't
disagree.
we disagree a lot, yeah. And yeah, big up Zidane, by the way. How you doing, bro? How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How are you guys? You alright?
Yeah, we're doing decent, man. We're doing decent. But yeah, listen, we're just going to be reviewing Man United season so far. There's a lot of transfers as well. Dembele, Donny van der Beek, Jesse Lingard. We'll cover all of that towards the show. But yeah, man, I just want to go to Heidel first. Obviously, your first time on the channel. I just want to know your thoughts on the season so far, like ups and downs. On like, what's your initial thoughts with the season? Like, how it's panned out?
Well, it's hard to look at the season and try to judge it like the entire process because we sacked the manager. Like when you sack a manager, you can't possibly expect the season to like the full picture to make sense and to have performances and to have expectations that are just as high as it would normally be in a season where you feel confident about the team. We feel like we're in sort of a rebuild situation in the team mid-season, which is not ideal. So I can't be too hard on the team. But to be honest, as I said multiple times, and I don't know if anyone here will agree with me on this, but as I said, for me, the season ends on a positive note with the sacking. For the moment we sacked Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, we made a decision that we should move on from that guy. 3 years, we hadn't won anything. We bring in Ralph with the idea that he's going to settle the team, move upstairs, get new management in. And bro, like as much as the performances on the pitch have not been great, on the Ralph we've seen a slight improvement. And I feel like just the way we conduct our business seems to make a little bit more sense. I'm not saying that we're brilliantly run by any means, but we could see an improvement by the way we do things. The fact that we're loaning out players who were sat down and who were promised game time. The fact that we're sort of trying to think about the moves that we intend to make in the summer market. I like that. And as I said, we'll be able to properly assess the team during summer, probably more likely than as of now.
100%. I agree with it. Like I was going to say before I move on to other people, like what are your thoughts with Ralph? Because obviously, I didn't know much about him. Like I'm not going to pretend like I knew much, but I knew like what he was doing. Like when he goes upstairs, like I just knew that. I didn't know how he was as a manager, and I know he spoke well and stuff. But for me, Labil and Zidane, you know my stance. I'm not convinced as him as a coach. Like what are you saying about Ralph? Like I'm not convinced as him as a coach. There is improvements though. I do agree with what you said, but as a full-time manager, I don't know. I'm not trying to see that. Like, what are your thoughts? Yeah.
For me,
Yeah.
sorry.
No,
yeah, man. Listen, man. I was glad that Ralph came in. I wanted him. I think he's a guy that speaks very well.
Yeah.
I think he's a guy that has great knowledge about the game. About football and stuff like that. I think, bro, there's a few things I don't like, man. Even the Van der Beek situation. I would like Van der Beek to, get some more minutes. I see a few late substitutions as well, kind of similar to what his predecessor did. You know what I mean? But overall, like I like how he's changed the fullbacks. He's acknowledged that, Dallo, Tellers, that's the fullbacks that should start. I think I like him a lot, man. I kind of like what he's trying to do. You know what I mean? But yeah, man.
Nah, I hear that, bro. What are you saying, Labil, by the way? What are your thoughts throughout this whole season? Like, is there any positives or what are you saying, bro? What are you saying?
No, I think there is not much positive to take because I think coming into the season we were expecting a title challenge at the least, and we did have a good start with Donny, and he got sacked. And I think with Ralph Rangnick, I think Ralph Rangnick's been. I think we haven't. I don't think we've had enough time to assess if he's. I wouldn't say he's been a failure or a success, because that is not really his job. His job was to steady the ship, take it to the summer, and let go. So regardless, even if he doesn't get top four, I don't think there's much blame to Ralph Rangnick, because as you can see, there's so much unrest at the club behind closed doors, and I think there's a lot of stuff that needs to be fixed, and that's out of Ralph Rangnick's control. And usually, stuff that happens outside the pitch will affect stuff that goes on the pitch. So, I think Ralph Rangnick, I think he's tactically, I think he's changed it a lot of the times formation wise. Obviously, we didn't get to see players like Donny van der Beek for whatever reason, but I think he's trying at the end of the day. I don't know why Robbie's laughing. But, no, I would have wanted to see, but look, I'm not going to judge Ralph Rangnick just on that. Because as much as I like him, if he doesn't see him in his plans, I don't really, I wouldn't make too much of a fuss. But I think the only criticism I would say, if there are any, is sometimes I think there's a few, like the game I would say he cost us the game against Villa. I think the man management that game wasn't good enough, and I believe that some players should have been given a run out, like Van der Beek and Lingard, and Martial. Even though there are other issues going on, I think they deserve the run out because how poor the midfield have been. But apart from that, I think he's done a steady job. Personally.
I heard that. Bob, big up Bobby, by the way, man. He says Ralph's starting Rashford soon. I give up. listen. We'll go to Robbie. Yeah, what are your thoughts like in the season? Like, what are you saying?
It's disappointing. I think people think Ole's being sacked was positive. I think it was disappointing, not because I thought he should have stayed on. He was given enough time, and I think he just couldn't prove it with his ego and whatever. But yeah, overall, I think it's been a roller coaster season. I think everything has been a bit of shambles. But I think the positive side was obviously maybe when Carrick came in and he steadied the ship for the 3 games, clearly broke Tuchel and Chelsea, because they went on a bad run after that. That was funny. And then you had Ralph who'd come in and obviously I think he's doing a decent job at the moment. He's trying to figure out what players suit his system, the mentality that he wants from the players, and which is why you've seen him gone from 4-2-2-2 or whatever that formation is. And then he's tried and tested. He's gone back to the Ole's formation, and then he realized he doesn't have the players that have the right mentality or capability, especially I think after the Aston Villa game where we lost the 2-0 lead and it became 2-2. And then you saw that he changed up the formation. I think that was a game he probably changed up to the 4-2-3-1 or whatever that he was putting up, and which also made him realize which players he can trust. So then obviously the following game we saw a major improvement, and I think we played well in terms of the possession that we had, the control and the discipline. Yep, attack could have been better, but again, we can't always have, I think at this stage as United fans, we can't always have everything, right? We need to accept there's going to be shortfalls and we move. But yeah, I think, look, it's pointless. The reason I was laughing is it's pointless bringing up players who've already been loaned out. They've gone for a reason. It's a win-win situation for everyone involved. The important thing, if you mention those 3 names, the important thing you also need to mention is there's no buy option, which means they have been sent out to get the pitch time that they require, the time to play on the field. And at the same time, Ralph is probably telling them, okay, you know what, maybe, okay, you don't want to stay here, that's fine, but I still want you in my plans. Probably if he goes up, or if he's a manager, I don't want him to become the manager. I think he's more suited and he'll be more helpful for us if he goes up in the management side of things. From what that no buy option clearly shows, that guy does have faith in all the 3 players that he sent out, which is Martial, Ahmad, and Donny van der Beek.
Yeah.
And he wants them at the club. So, like I said before, if they weren't loaned out, especially for Donny, if he wasn't loaned out, I think he would have featured more. But the fact that he's allowed to let them go and then also said there's no buy option, I think they have a future at the club. It's just about, now it's up to the players, right? Go prove. Yeah. walk the talk pretty much. So look, I still have that long hope that we might win the Champions League out of nowhere. I've put a bet on it as well. So Champions League, man. That's it. I'm looking for the Champions League.
Bro, these guys are quick, like you know these bots on the comments. These men are quick with it. Bloody hell! Listen,
What they say? What?
Listen, I was going to say, with what it is with the transfers, like I think Bobby mentioned it, loaning out Ahmed and Donny is done. I think what he's trying to say is that, like, with the current players that we have, I understand they need game time, but then again, we're low key getting rid of our better players because I don't really see.
No, okay, stop. I'll stop you there. I'm not going to take the whole better player nonsense seriously. Like, look, the manager will have players that he has faith in and believes that it will work in his system. Now, whether those players are amazing or not, that doesn't matter. Like, we have to stop going into that whole player discussion. Oh, we have loaned out the better players, blah blah blah. No, like, trust the manager. When Ole was here, you guys, nobody trusted Ole. Like, there was a very small group that trusted Ole, right? And for those and people like me, I trusted Ole, and I got shit for it for such a long time. When I said he should get sacked, people were like, "Oh yeah, you're flip flopping now." But it's like, now Ralph is in charge. He's made a decision. Trust him with it. And the fact, and I don't understand, like, if we are saying we've gone like, oh, we've loaned out the better players, but you don't see the other side, which is they don't have a buy option, which means they're still rated by the manager. Now, if those players want to leave, like for Ahmad, right? He's like 19, man. Like, what do you expect him to do? Start scoring goals for us? He's going to get burnt out like Rashford or Greenwood. That's for sure. Like, we'll keep playing him. So there's no point in keeping him. It's better he goes to Rangers, where it's still competitive. It's physical in the Scottish League. He might flourish there. He might learn.
I agree. Robbie, can I say so?
One second, let me complete. I'm finishing the last two quickly. Martial, he wanted to leave. There's no point in keeping a player who wants to leave. It's simple as that. If he wants to go out on loan or whatever, let him go. Why do you want to have a unhappy player in the squad? Same with Donny van de Beek. He wanted to leave. Let him go out on a loan. That's fine. Like, they're gone. They don't have a buy option. So that means we are going to get them back. But at the same time, we're also not keeping unhappy players in the squad. The worst thing is, it's like the whole logic of, if you keep one rotten apple with all the good apples, everything is going to go down. So, and at this stage, more than anything, at a crucial stage when Arsenal and Spurs are like stuffing up their leads, the last thing we want is for us to drop off. So I don't know about you guys, but I'd rather be in the Champions League or no Champions League. I don't want to be in this Europa conference or whatever nonsense. Like, I can't see Ronaldo doing Sue in bloody conference league or Europa. I'd rather he do it in the Champions League. So, like, I'm not going to like sit here and just go like, yeah, oh, they're better players, whatever. But trust the manager. That's all I'm saying. Like, move on from that part. They've been loaned out. Enjoy, be happy for them. They're going to get game time. They're going to be able to show what they can do. Like, there's no point crying over it or bringing it up and say, oh, the manager doesn't know this, manager doesn't know that, or whatever nonsense. No player is winner. That's what I'm trying to say. Look at the club perspective, not the player perspective.
I hear that. What were you going to say, Labil, by the way? What were you going to say?
What was I going to say? I was going to say, you said about loaning out players and that they're
Oh.
That's what he gets for talking nonsense. That's what he gets.
Now, listen, we'll go to Heidel, bro. What are your thoughts, by the way, with the current players that we're loaning out? So obviously, Martial wanted to leave. Donny van de Beek wants game time. What are your thoughts on Amad Diallo, who's someone I rate really highly, getting his game time? So what are you saying with the whole transfer?
Labil is back.
Well, earlier when I was saying that for the first time we're actually starting to make moves that sort of make sense. That, to me, those moves are moves that make sense. For me, they look like, first of all, we haven't just sent them out on loan to whoever was willing to take them. We're taking them to good environments. Like Ahmad and Martial will actually participate in the title race. And as I say, if one of them happens to win the league, whether it's Martial at Spain, which I think is unlikely because they're competing against Real Madrid in that league, so it's going to be very hard. But who knows? Or if say Ahmad wins the league in Rangers, that's valuable experience. That's a valuable experience that they're going to get. That right now they're not going to get at United. The thing is that a lot of people again frustrate me is when a good player, a player that is good, is low on confidence. It's not he won't be performing badly because he's not good. He's good. He's just low on confidence. And I think it's the case for all these three players. I genuinely feel they're three of my favorite players in the team, and I want them to play. But I feel like in this current environment, if we just take them and play them, they won't perform to that level. And the other thing is, we could have easily Martial or Donny, or just let them go. But that's what I like about Ralph being in charge, is the thinking makes sense. Is, okay, I might not necessarily fancy them for the team right now for multiple reasons. Not necessarily because I don't rate them, but for multiple reasons. But what if the next manager likes them?
Yeah.
And that's another thing.
Yeah, he said that.
Our team over the last, say, 6-7 years have not been considering. You bring in a Louis van Gaal who brings in his players, and then you get Mourinho. The first players he gets rid of are the players that Van Gaal brought. And then instead of actually being a team that progresses, we're constantly having those setbacks. We're always constantly taking that step backwards to take two forward, but we don't actually make that step those steps forward. And for me, we need to put a stop to that right now. If the next manager comes in, it won't be on an interim basis. It will be for a 3 or 4 year contract, and he will have to plan for those 3 or 4 years, and then he'll be able to make the decision. What if he really rates Martial and Donny? He'd probably be able to give them a good preseason while they play and train with the team, and probably start games next year when the season starts. And if really there's no way that Martial, Donny, and I'm not talking about Ahmad, but mostly about Martial and Donny, if they really, really want to leave, if there's no way that they want to come back to United, then it's up to them. For me personally, it break my heart because I really, really love those two players. I fancy them a lot. But again, if they want to go, we can't keep them. And the other thing, a lot of people were saying that we're getting rid of the bad players and we're keeping the good ones. The thing is, we have a squad that is extremely low on confidence. Cristiano Ronaldo, who's done one thing in his entire life, that's score goals, is not scoring goals. Edison Cavani, who's meant to be scoring goals, isn't scoring goals. Martial is playing terrible. Everybody's playing terrible. Greenwood's playing terrible. The squad is so low on confidence. The players that are playing the least amount of minutes, for me, should be the ones that we protect. And I think that this is what this move does. I seriously agree with it, and I like the fact that they'll be enjoying their football as opposed to the players who will actually stay here who might not enjoy their football.
I heard that 100%. 100%. Alias says that it's sad to see the players getting loaned out only in United. Bobby says Martial is our best left winger. Harris says, you reckon Dembele is happening? Listen, I agree with what you said, by the way. The squad is short in confidence. It's just the only thing that what I'm worried about is it's just the attacking players. The one that I'm confident in terms of creativity is just Sancho. I don't know what you guys feel. I think Elanga's decent. I think Elanga's decent, but then again,
You're
with Rashford,
Bruno.
No, I'm talking about forwards, not.
Yeah, he's still a creative player, though. Bruno is still a creative player. You just said
we don't
have.
Leave that. He ain't no creative. Come
on. I like Bruno. Like, he's got a lot of qualities. Bruno is he's one of the most important players in our team. Like, and the comparison I used to make is, I'm not saying I'm not comparing the levels here. I'm comparing the role in the team. Like that team that won the Champions League, the last Champions League winning team at Manchester United. The best player on that team was, without the shadow of doubt, Cristiano Ronaldo. He won the Ballon d'Or that year.
Yeah.
The team played better when he wasn't there than when Rooney wasn't there. And as I said, I do believe that we have players who are better in terms of natural ability than Bruno Fernandes, but he's an important piece of this team. He's the engine, in that midfield. But if we consider that guy to be a creator in the team, then we're going to have a big problem. We're going to have a big problem in terms of creativity.
No. If you can't say that, because the number of chances that he's created and the contribution he's done since he's joined. No. Look, it's one thing to say that he's not creative, but then everything he does on the pitch, it goes against what you're saying.
No, but the thing is, and let's just think about it objectively here. Okay,
I'm thinking about it objectively. The only person he was in comparison with, you rate Kevin De Bruyne.
But hear me out.
It's nowhere near.
No, but hear me out. Hear me out. Bro, hear me out. Those chances that apparently, when you look at the stats, you see goal contributions and chances created here and this and that. When you watch Manchester United Football Club, do you see those chances? Like,
I've seen those chances. Yeah, I actually see those.
I know, because I'm looking at Cristiano Ronaldo and Edison Cavani and Anthony Martial, who over the last 2 or 3 seasons have been starved to death. That's what I see.
Ronaldo wasn't here last 2 seasons.
No, but I've just mentioned the 3 strikers that have started for us over the last 3 seasons.
Yeah, but have you seen
all of them have been started?
Have you seen the ones that were wasted? So you are expecting this one guy. You're expecting this one guy in the midfield.
How many chances did they get?
The whole team. I don't get that.
No, but this is what I'm telling you. I'm telling you that a midfield is supposed to have
So-
many players in it. And as I said, Paul Pogba has only started 4 games this season, and he leads the team in assists. That's to me a true playmaker.
Yeah, but that's the
Yep.
same for Bruno is in the past 2 seasons as well. He's been scoring goals. He's been assisting as well. His goal contributions are there as well. He's been creating chances. So now you're just saying you're judging a person who's done 4 assists in this season, and you said, "Oh, that's an assist." But then someone who's done it for the past 2 years.
Pogba has been getting those chance creation stats,
I know. I'm not saying Pogba isn't.
playing in the DM.
No. I'm not saying Pogba isn't. I'm not saying Pogba is our most creative player. I agree with you on that. But to just slide past and just say Bruno is not our creative player, that's just, I think it's a bit naive. You're just like sort of being ignorant because based on the eyes.
Bruno Fernandes can be a very, very good player for this football club, and he is an important player of this football club. It's just that it's not an insult. I'm not insulting him. He shouldn't be playing in a creative position. I don't think we're doing him a favor. I don't think he should be.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, that I agree. Okay, that's fair enough then.
That's what I said. Nobody comes close to Bruno Fernandes with regards to work rate, with regards to his pressing, his intensity in midfield. I've never seen that guy look tired. He runs for the 90 minutes. I've never seen that guy lose focus. All of these elements are important for a manager, especially for we want to have a pressing team.
Tell it to Labil and what's his name, Zidane. I think they need to open your ears, guys. Open your ears. Yeah, listen, you're getting educated right now by this guy. I like him.
No, but the thing is, I also agree with both of them because
wait, Robbie, you made 2 different points. First, you tried to argue the point that Bruno's a very creative player, and then you agreed with Adil when he said that he's not a creative player. So what?
No. I agree with the points. I agree with the factors that he's saying. No. I agreed with the points he said about the work rate and stuff. I didn't agree with him that he's not a creative player. I still think Bruno is a creative player.
Okay.
I didn't say the most creative player. I didn't say, look, don't twist my wording.
Okay, the word creativity.
No. Labil, you're doing madness here. Hold on. I said Pogba is the most creative player, and then I said Bruno is one of the creative players. He has been creating chances.
Yeah, we're not.
Let me complete. You've accused me of something, so I have to obviously, I'm
not going to take you to court. Relax.
No. And the guy has mentioned all that stuff about work rate and stuff. I agree with that. But if I know he was about to say that, oh, he's not a creative player, whatever. I disagree. In my view, I think Bruno is also one of our creative players. Is he the most creative player? No, Pogba is. That's a simple fact.
Van der Beek as well. Don't forget.
Go on.
Van der Beek hardly played, man. Don't bring up players who hardly played.
Let's go.
No, but
he's in Everton now. You go and support Everton. Zidane, go support Everton. No,
hey, I'm going to be watching Everton. I'm going to be watching Everton.
Listen.
Oh, I knew this was going to happen.
I'll be watching as well, so fair enough. I was going to watch.
Bruno is not one of our most creative players. Martial is. There's another. You got Van der Beek. Those are creative players.
One is at Seville.
Yeah, but Bruno's not a creative player though. How many times is he spamming shots and doing silly flicks? The guy's not a creator, bro.
And
come on, Robbie.
Creativity. The thing about creativity is it's not just about yourself creating chances.
You make space for others.
But putting players in position where they can also be creative. And one of the things that I said,
he has assisted as well. He's created those chances as well.
We see the fullback make an overlapping run, and he chooses to take the shot or to try and play the long ball himself instead of playing that ball. And as I said, if he tries to take the shot on 5 times and the other 5 times he plays hero ball, he might get the assist, right? On one of those occasions, or he might get 2 assists. But if he instead would just play the ball to Dalo, who could get a good cross on Ronaldo, we could score 4 or 5 goals out of that play, and he would not.
Yeah, facts.
He would not.
He does a lot of stupid things, Bruno Fernandes. Like there's a clip I think I saw Ricky.
Stupid things. What stupid things?
Bro,
just because he loses, just because he's trying to kill a pass, now we're going to slight him for that.
He does it too much.
If De Bruyne does it, he's a genius. If Bruno does it, he's
Let me just read the comments, by the way. I'm just going to read the comments real quick and then we'll go back to it. Bobby says Bruno is finished.
Oh my god.
Then big up UC 2004. I can guarantee you the players that we loaned that will ball out in another club. Bruno is overrated. Elias says when we see Martial, Donny, Lingard, first team players getting loaned out, it shows how poor the squad manager and will we keep panic buying without proper research. Bobby says, nah, there's no way. Ronnie, wait, I think he means Robbie compared Bruno to KDB. Have some shame, he says.
Go look at your bloody stats and go and look at the games, man.
And then
That's all I need to say.
Bobby says,
I get my name right. It's Robbie, not whatever you call me.
Bobby said,
statistically, a chance created is if you pass the ball to a player, and then he gets a shot on target. And
I'm talking about my eye test as well. I think he has been creating chances. He's one of our creative players. He's always trying something. It's simple as that. Yes, it's risky. It's more risky, and half the time it doesn't show up. But that doesn't mean that guy is not a creative player. That's what I'm trying to say.
For me, he's exactly what we think that like in Portugal he plays as an 8, and since we've changed the system and we've moved to this 4-1-4-1, we could see an improvement in Bruno's performances. Just take him as far away from possible as from the final third. He's shooting, he's striking at the ball from distance is good. I'm okay with him shooting from distance when there's a possibility, but there is nothing that frustrates me more than when I see him get the ball, turn around, and I see Teles open on the left side, or I see Dalot and there's Cristiano Ronaldo, for the love of God, in the box, meaning a good cross from Dalot or Teles could result into a goal. 9 out of 10. You could see these strikers making these runs, these experienced strikers.
Yeah,
he decides that being behind the guy is in a better position to play that lofted ball.
Man, he does it all the time. That's that's my biggest problem.
He didn't do it. No. He didn't do it last season.
Fair enough. Dalot gets the assist, but just play the ball to the guy that's in the best position to create a goal-scoring chance. And a true goal-scoring chance, not statistically what a goal-scoring chance is. That's my issue with Bruno Fernandes. And when he's, as I said, if you have him in a midfield 3 with a Pogba, if you have guys like Sancho and Martial on the wings, there will be enough chance created through that team so that Bruno could do what he does, those runs in the box. So that Bruno, when he's open, he can shoot from distance. But I do not want our play to have to go through him because he breaks it down too often.
That's the problem, isn't it?
And you mentioned Kevin De Bruyne last time. Kevin De Bruyne can try whatever he wants. His team gets 70% possession every game. Like we don't. We struggle to keep possession of the ball.
Okay, at the moment, I understand where you're coming from. I understand that, yes, he does his wasteful stuff, but that shouldn't be on him in terms of saying, oh, he's not that creative. Like, I don't see, like, if a guy wants to try, if you're talking about the long balls into the box, yes, he's done that, but he's doing that more often this season only because Ronaldo is up there. If you watch the past 2 seasons, he hasn't been doing that much of it. Most of his balls, he's been pinging it on the wings, trying to get the wingers who are making the overlap runs.
Like detrimental to the team.
Or even the win-backs.
Detrimental to the team.
It's only now because Ronaldo is there, he's trying those things because he knows that, we have a forward like a Cavani or a Ronaldo who can actually control it or win the ball.
No,
So
that's not true. He was doing the same thing when Martial was there, and the only difference is...
No, I don't think he did that. He wasn't pinging the ball in the...
Instead.
He wasn't pinging the ball in the box for Martial or any other players before Cavani or Ronaldo came.
Bro, I'm telling you, Bruno Fernandes has been on this hero ball thing since he's joined Manchester United. And as I said, I would never, ever, ever say that a player is shit or when I blame management. And in regards to Bruno Fernandes, I'd be a hypocrite, someone who's been so harsh on Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And I believe my criticism of Ole was not harsh at all. I believe it was fair. But as I said, I can't blame a manager for the style of play and then blame a player completely. So this is why I'm trying to understand things about Bruno. I'm trying to be fair towards Bruno. But this hero ball thing has been a consistent feature of his play and of his game on a regular basis. And there is games, especially when we play against teams where there's a low block, where we've seen him try that ball for the whole 90 minutes in some certain matches, where he's lost the ball over 50 times. And when something doesn't work and you're repeating it over and over and over again,
simplify your game, isn't it?
Just simplify.
But it's not always. It's not like I understand that he tries that, but you do need that sort of creativity or that sort of risk taking in a game. You can't just say that we keep it simple all the time. Because if you keep it simple all the time, you're just simplifying all the play. Like when he pulls off those passes, then we are just saying, oh, that's good. Like the pass that he did, I think a no-look pass for Cavani, which he scored from I think 3 quarters out or something. That was good. When he did the free kick pass for Martial, that was good. Then we are not complaining. When it
No,
comes
but
off, it comes off. When
But he does
doesn't,
it too frequently.
But
That's what you're not getting.
And the thing,
No.
but
He
Robbie,
needs to do it. He needs to do it less often. I'm not saying he's right in doing that too often. But
Robbie,
to criticize someone who's actually trying to make those passes, trying to do something different, that's what I don't get. Like you guys are telling me, oh, make sure that Bruno plays simple. But that's
I mean,
then might as well don't play him.
no, but
Go
Robbie,
on, go on.
I bugged that. I don't know why I said that. Sorry. But Robbie, I was going to say something, yeah. Look, we can't dispute he creates and he's created chances. That's a fact. He has created chances, he has assists. But the problem is when he does play the way he plays, it comes with the detriment of the team. The team as a whole, we play a lot worse because he refuses the way he plays. He doesn't like, maybe he doesn't like, but it's the way, maybe because he's a very rash player. He thinks on the spot and he's a very reactive player. So if he sees the pass,
that's a
it's
nice
true.
statement. That's a nice statement. That's a nice statement.
finish.
He'll try hit the pass. Sometimes it doesn't come off, sometimes it comes off. But sometimes it's like thinking in your head, you know what? Let me play it simple. You don't always need to go for the killer ball, which Adil said. And another thing about his creativity is, yes, he's creative, but he has a high volume. That's the thing. So for every 10 passes he makes, probably 1 or 2 will lead to
high volume player.
So you can't just say creativity because he's spamming it 100 times. And out of 100 times, only 1 goes in. Doesn't mean, he's creative. So you have to look into context.
No.
Maybe KDB, he needs 1 or 2 chances to score. To create. Because he's a very precise player. And you can't compare the creativity between KDB and Bruno.
No. You know what? Actually, this is a homework for you guys, right? Once this show finishes till the next show, go and watch KDB, go and watch all your creative play and see the number of times they lose the ball.
I've been watching.
No. Come on.
I've been watching Premier League football since I was 4. Since I have memory, I've been watching football. Look, I'm not saying that Bruno Fernandes is a shit player, okay? But I don't understand this argument that when we say that he's being wasteful, they say, okay, go watch Kevin De Bruyne because he's also being wasteful. I don't mind him missing a pass or missing a shot or something if it was at the right moment. That was the best decision to do. The thing is, if you at times would just simply play the ball to Dalot, so that Dalot could get across.
He's done that as well. He's done that as well. He's doing that as well. It's not like he's not doing it. He's doing that.
He's not doing that.
But maybe he's not. Maybe he's not the one. Maybe he's been told by the manager or something like, "Look, you can go ahead. You got the freedom to try those passes."
Well, that's why I was going to Solskjaer sacked because I agree with you. It was probably the truth.
And maybe this time around as well. Maybe this time around, Rangnick has given him that sort of discipline to a certain extent as well.
First thing Rangnick has done, one of the things that is a basic in football, and I was appalled at the fact that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer wasn't able to know it, is you never put a main playmaker directly behind a goal scorer. You never do that because they're playing. They can't see each other because when you receive the ball and you're playing in the 10, you've got your back to goal. The one player you can't see is the one you're meant to be passing the ball to. When you saw Cristiano Ronaldo and Mesut Ozil have that partnership at Madrid, Ronaldo was off the wing. That's why Ozil was in the 10. You look at Salah and Mane, their main creator is Firmino. He's down. There needs to be an angle. First thing Ralph has done is to move to the 4-2-2 to give him that angle. Kevin De Bruyne plays with an angle. Now we're moving to this 3 midfield thing. There's an angle. When Mauricio Pochettino was manager of Spurs, he played the 4-2-3-1. The main playmaker of that team, what shadow of that was Christian Eriksen, right? But Dele Alli was the one that played down the middle. Eriksen played as an 8. Why? Because he needed to be creating chances and creating goal scoring opportunities for Kane, who was central. Bruno doesn't understand that if he doesn't make that angle, that move towards the side, he will always be chasing. He's always that 1 second late. He takes the ball, he turns, and then the play is like the gap's closed. His passing is always a bit.
He's too slow.
Too late.
Too slow, man.
No, I don't. You know, it is. The picture's there, but it's impossible sometimes to make the pass because it's in a fraction of a second. And sometimes maybe just spreading out wide is the better. You know
what's mad with Bruno? Yeah, listen. Like you said, Labille, in his mind, he's creative. But you know what the issue with Bruno is his execution at it, is the way he executes the ball sometimes. Like, it's not consistent enough. This is why I say with Bruno, listen, he'll give you the assist and he'll give you the passes, but his passes are too inconsistent. he'll do some sick pass in one game, but we'll give it about 10 times in the same game. So that's what I'm trying to. That's my argument, and I agree with what you man are saying. By the way,
Hey, Ahmed, can I ask you one question? Or Robbie, can I ask you? Do you think Bruno's about 8 or 10?
I think he's a better 8.
That's
yeah, exactly.
Therefore,
What about the second striker? Second striker. What about second striker?
Look, I'm not saying like he's the most creative person or whatsoever. Like, yes, he does his wasteful passes, but I'm saying you can't condemn the guy again and again for trying. Since he's the only one who's been trying. No one else is trying.
A year ago, I was in the same position as you, because reason being, I think the team heavily relied on Bruno to create.
No, now as well. One sec. Now,
no, it's not. It's not the same.
Now I see improvement in him because Ragnick has given him that opportunity. Like what Adil is saying, he's been pushed back a bit. He's been
pushed back.
That play a deeper role.
Robbie, let me say something. Let me say something. He has been a bit more disciplined. I saw it in the Villa game. Yeah, I saw him. He was way more deep. No, in the West Ham. No. West Ham game, shocking. Oh, he was dreadful, mate. No, he was dreadful. What did he do in that game?
The FA Cup,
bro. West Ham game, mate. West Ham game. He wasn't good.
The one that we just won.
The 1-0.
The one that we just won. Bruno was one of the poorest on the pitch, and he got away with it.
Yep.
He was making silly. He had one good cross for Ronaldo, which Ronaldo should have scored. But apart from that, I don't know what he was doing. His passes were off. He kept going around the pitch trying to take the ball off people, and try to friggin' distribute it and stuff. And he couldn't affect it.
But Zidane, the thing is, I agree with everything that you said about Bruno when he was on the ball. But did you see defensively? Like when Jared Bowen was making those runs, who was tracking him?
Bruno.
It was Bruno.
Yeah.
If Bruno doesn't track Jared Bowen in that particular chance, West Ham might score a goal. Like if you look at just the data, if you just accumulate data on Bruno Fernandes and then try and sort of draw a conclusion out of it, everything indicates that guy is not a 10. His best qualities are his responsibility. He should be playing behind the guys with creativity. He should be as far away from as possible from the final third. And as
more deeper, like in a pivot, for example, like. Say in a pivot.
Because again, for me, the pivot when you're playing really deeper, it's a position where again I like passing range and I like stuff. For me, he's an 8. He's a box-to-box guy. His game is to be playing from one box to another. That's the true freedom that Bruno Fernandes is looking for. Because when you're playing him in a 10, he always drops off and he becomes a hindrance for the two players in midfield. Like there's just no more room. There's no one to pass.
Leaves a big gap in midfield, isn't it? Every time you leave a big gap.
And that's why we get over him constantly. But when you look at his focus, when you look at his attention to detail, when someone is not when someone is not pressing, example, he's the first one to say, "Okay, go press, close the gap." That's what I think he's an important player.
Yeah, that's his stronger attributes. That's facts. He's work rate. He's pressing off the ball. Very, very good. On the ball, he shouldn't be your main source of creativity. That's where United got it wrong. But last season,
but he's not the main source of creativity. That's what I'm trying to say. The only reason he's the main source at the moment, okay, besides him, who else? Pogba was injured. Who else can you play?
No. But that's a United problem.
No. Jaden is obviously getting used to it. So yeah, he was an option as well. I agree that he should have been the main source if Pogba was injured. But who else is there in
Robbie,
the
I'm not blaming
Van der Beek
for him. No. Forget Van der Beek. Look,
oh my God.
I'm not blaming Bruno.
Go support Everton now.
Robbie, listen, please. I'm not blaming Bruno. I'm saying it's bigger than Bruno. I think United, they got, even though it worked out right because he did, do a lot of good. What I'm saying is the way we played. I think if you're trying to play good football, it doesn't suit. It's not effective just to have Bruno as your main source of creativity. Last season and the season before, why was it so effective? Because a lot of the time we're catching teams in transition. So that hero ball worked like 9 times out of 10 because we were catching teams on a break, a lot of space in behind, and that's how we won games, counter-attacking. Last half an hour in the games where teams will open up and they will get tired. There's a statistic that we got 32 points. We earned 32 points, coming back from losing in the second half, which shows that consistency. They'll eventually break up. We saw it against the Brentford game. They were very solid first half. They were very compact. Second half, they got tired. Loss of
So much
concentration.
space.
And we found space, and that's how it works in
Yep.
football. Just one time and punish him. So that's what it was with Bruno. He was just being repetitive in his passing and just going again, catching teams in a counter space. And it worked out. And I couldn't blame Bruno at the time, even though he wasn't playing good football. I think the team was a lot weaker overall, I'd say.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
number two is the expectation was not as high as before. Coming into this season, expectation was good football and challenging. But last season, that wasn't the expectation. Expectation was just get us into the top four and we can, build during the summer. And United haven't addressed that during the summer, unfortunately. And the coaching was a big issue. And I can't blame just Bruno, because they just threw him in the tent and said, you know what, go do what you did last season again. And that's not going to work out because we want to see good football.
True.
And he's not been fantastic, so you could
I'm
have
just going to read some comments, by the way. Like, there's a lot that I've missed out, so my bad, didn't it? Alias says, top players coming in to die here. Ronaldo, top scorer last season. Now he looks like he's invisible on the pitch. Sanchez, players in United, dead. Sancho, top last season, dead. Van der Beek, top in Ajax. Bobby says, Lebull versus Ronnie, I'm here.
Oh my God, get my name right. Wow.
Bruno, another 4 out of 10. And then Alias says, Pogba to play in Juve, dead. Wait, what? Pogba top player in Juve, dead in United. I don't think he was dead at United. I think it's the other way around. I think
United were dead.
Yeah, I don't think he was dead at all. That's crazy. Ain't going to court, Robbie. He says Bruno's been creating for who exactly? Sporting a winning with what, bro? Listen.
Oh my God, wait. Go back to the comment about Harris. Whoever the Harris guy is, he's been talking a lot.
Sporting a winning with...
No. If you want to come and say that Sporting are now winning, they actually won trophies with Bruno as well before he left.
All right, okay. Watching Everton finals.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Trophies are trophies, though. He won. That's the main thing. The guy, no. Hold on. The guy is saying he hasn't won anything. He said Sporting didn't win anything under him. He didn't say he didn't win the league.
Yeah, but the message is every start of every season, every team that has ambition wants to win the league title. Of course, yeah, there's other trophies, and all trophies are trophies.
Yeah,
but the hardest one to win, the one that requires consistency throughout a whole season, is the league title. And after he left, he was the captain. They played better football and they won the league. And as I said,
yeah, that's fine. But it's not only up to him, though. You can't just say this player left. That's why they're winning. It's like saying Pogba left and then Juve did really well.
Just let me finish. I'm not saying that.
Okay.
I'm not saying it's because Bruno left that they got better. What I'm saying, and that's the idea that I want this fan base to sort of understand is, like, we're not lucky to have him more than he's lucky to be at Manchester United. Like, he's one player out of a squad of 23. We should be allowed to move him and try him in different positions. We should be allowed to make him sit on the bench on a couple of occasions until we figure this out. The moment you mention Bruno Fernandes, it's almost as if you're talking about Lionel Messi here at Manchester United.
He has to play, exactly. Fans are like, he has to play. He has to play.
You cannot talk about Bruno, otherwise you get stick.
Exactly.
No. That's wrong. Look, I criticize
should be on the
him
bench.
He hasn't played well. But you also can't. And what did he say?
Go on, Zidane.
Zidane, say that again.
Wait, I say, he should be on the bench. He should be on the bench at times. Like it come like fans. It come like Bruno has to play every game.
You know what, Zidane? I agree with you. You know why? Because he's on the bench. Because he's on the bench. That's why the two players that were on the bench have been loaned out. You're right.
No,
come on, right?
You're right. I agree with you, Zidane. If you have quality on the bench, then the non-quality players are loaned out. I agree with you. With good logic, Zidane. I agree with you for the first time.
No, but Robbie, what he's trying to say, and again, let's just erase the time we've had with Ragnick, because that doesn't really count. He's been here for a few times. Like, most of our experiences with these players weren't down. Like, let's just look at what we have had for the last 3 seasons under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Don't you think that due to how poorly the team was performing on a regular basis, of getting these late results, nicking these results here and there, don't you think that trying someone like Donny van de Beek, who has he's renowned around the world for his reputation of being a facilitator, someone who keeps it simple, who improves the players around him, don't you think that he should have been given more of a chance in the first team?
No, I agree. I'm not saying, look, I'm not the one who's going to come around and say, like, oh, Donny, like, what do you call that? Bruno should be starting all game or whatever. What I'm saying is, what I like about Bruno is that ever since he's come in, he's affected the club in a positive way. In terms of
What's he done?
Like he's lifted the club. We were in shambles before he came.
I
We were
agree,
like,
bro.
I think we lost to Burnley or something, and after he came, it sort of changed. Oh my god, yeah. Sorry, I got distracted by Hussein's comment. He's the one who actually brought me on the first place on his channel. So yeah. Anyways, like his impact on the club has been positive in the sense he's lifted it. The performances of everyone in the club improved once he came, because before that we were dead when we lost to Burnley and whatnot.
I disagree. Honestly, disagree.
No. Anyways, the results show. I'm not even like going to say anything. The way the results showed and the way we performed in the league and whatever, that's evident. And his contributions, his goal contributions, whatever, that's the evidence. I'm not going to argue on that. The other part where you mentioned about Donny van de Beek, I agree. He should have been given more time, game time, last season. I'm not saying he shouldn't have. But there should have been a way to put him and Bruno in the same team in some way. Like, I'm pretty sure both of them have the quality as players to adjust and be in the same team. But he didn't get the chance. That's it. It's not on Bruno. It was we blamed it on the manager. And it's the same now as well. Like, yes, Donny should have, again, been given time. I've never said that Donny shouldn't have been given time. And is Donny's game different from Bruno? Yes, it is. It's much more simpler. Donny's more of a simple passer. He likes to control a bit. He's a bit faster in that sense compared to Bruno.
He's more creative as well.
Let's not get into that. But anyways,
I mean, it's undeniable. He's more creative. I think Bruno is more direct. He's more decisive. You know, Bruno's more likely to get you that goal in the late minute of the game. Bruno is more likely to make something happen out of nothing. That's how I see it. But the thing is, you can't win games of football by making something happen out of nothing. You know, you need to build up play. Some things need to happen because we train them during midweek. There needs to be an execution. Some players need to be able to execute a game plan. And as I said, if there was no game plan against Solskjaer, which is a very, very likely scenario, hence the bad performances we've been having.
Yeah.
But if we're looking to build a serious team, we need to ask the question: who are the players most likely to contribute to have a team that's winning, that's a well-oiled machine that performs, where every player on that pitch has a role and does it? And the example I often use is, I don't know about you guys, but I rank Yaya Toure as one of the top 5 greatest midfielders we've seen in the Premier League.
Yep.
Absolute beast, right?
Agreed.
He's won trophies. He's the goals he scored, the assists, the free kicks, everything. It's just beast. Pep Guardiola does not rate him, not because he's bad, not because he doesn't see him as someone that can contribute in his team. I want Man United fans, the whole fan base, to open their minds to this notion, you know, so they're more open-minded about it. That there's a manager that might come in, look at Bruno and say, "No way, he's playing for me."
Yeah.
I agree with that.
That's something that could happen. But the thing is, if a manager did that, this United fan base would want him out. They'd have no respect.
But that's that. I'm not in that sense. I'm not like a player person. Like, if my favorite player doesn't play, I'm going to be like manager out. No. If the manager puts in the 11 and if Bruno is dropped, whoever is dropped, and we're winning games or leagues, I'm happy. I'll be like, yep, I'm going to support the manager. It doesn't matter. I like AWB. I have faith in AWB. But now he's not playing as well as playing. But I'm like happy with it. I'm like, that's fine. We're winning the games. And if
is it because you rate him personal, like you rate his game, like you rate the way he plays football?
No, I think he has for me, I think he has the potential to be better than what he is if he's coached properly. Jitan, let's not get into this, please. We've spoken a lot about this. Like, my opinion and your opinion is going to differ. I think he has hope. You don't think he has hope. Simple as that. Let's just agree to disagree.
Let's move on.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, by the way, listen, I hear everyone. I just wanted to talk about, obviously, there's 1 day left, right, in the transfer window, right?
Yeah.
There's 1 day left. Obviously, there's this Dembele rumor. I want to know what everyone's saying about, like, I don't know if it's going to happen, innit? So I think, hang on, let me just share it real quick.
Apparently, we have bid 20 million for him.
Yeah, so as you can see,
apparently we're not interested.
Yeah, apparently it's not true.
Yeah, but the thing is with Dembele, we all know he's talented, yeah. But what are you, man? Like, would you guys take him? By the way,
dude, you know what? I tweeted out yesterday and said I wouldn't go near him because his injuries. But dude, right now, considering the fact that on our width, like our wide players,
yeah,
if it's a loan as well, we have to take a risk on him, man. I mean, if it's a 6-month loan, what's the harm? You know, I mean, if he gets injured, so be it. But it's a high risk, high reward. And I think Dembele is a quality footballer, by the way. I think he's a very good wide player. Him and Sancho on the wings, you know, he could provide with that creativity for Ronaldo. You know what I mean? Like, we don't really have like a natural wide player except like Sancho and stuff. You know what I mean? Rashford for me isn't a natural winger. You know what I mean? So, man, you know what? I'll take him, man. Get him in, mate. Get him in.
Yeah, I think now, due to circumstances, with what's going on, I think we need a wide player in. Whether we get it or not, I don't think we're going to get any players.
I just want to show this here for all this Dembele in it, because this isn't looking good. But one sec, yeah, let me just. This is hang on. This is his injury.
This is the Paris rumor.
No, wait, hang on. There we go. Wait, can you guys see this?
Let me see it, bro.
Yeah.
So look at them injuries. Like, oh my, like, you know what it is with Dembele? Like, obviously with Mason, we all know what's happened. So we're short on wingers, but if we're trying to get 18 million for this guy, bro, I don't want him.
But he wasn't in. Was it? I don't think he was like. I think he was good last year. Like, he wasn't that injured that much.
The thing is, every time he plays, he's good. Like, he's never been shit. The issue's never been about his level. Like, every time he plays, he's good.
In fitness.
He's been playing very, very little football. That's the issue, and I understand it. Like, I understand why a lot of people are worried about his injury record.
I think for if he's coming in for 20 million for his caliber of player, and if we are not overpaying him, which I highly doubt in terms of his wages, I think it's a good deal.
I disagree. I thought about it, Robbie. You know what it is? 20 million for a man that is. He could possibly get injured in his first game, and he'll probably be out for 20 days.
No. Yeah, I get it.
20 million, on top of that, he's probably on dumb wages where we're going to have to pay some sort of maybe 10, 20, 30, whatever it is, we're going to pay amount. We're not going to, oh, yeah. So I think it's more logical to spend your 20 million in the midfielder than a wide player.
Exactly. Kamara's there for 10 million. We can get Kamara for 10.
I don't know
Use
how
that money for Kamara.
Apparently, we have also bid 45 million for Basuma.
That's fake, man.
That's fake.
No, I don't believe in any of this. And again, the other thing is, I believe United should seriously go at this transfer window and not spend money just so they can suffer the consequences of their bad management. Like,
facts.
You know, Mason Greenwood now, of course, the situation that's going on with Greenwood is not something that you can predict, but it could have been a long-term injury that sidelines someone. You know, and when you're not prepared and when you're not ready, and the moment like. Since Ole Gunnar Solskjaer got sacked, I think pretty much everywhere around here was resigned to the fact that we weren't going to compete for top 4. After the West Ham win, for the first time in a while, we're actually hopeful that, you know what, there might be a place for us in that top 4. And they enter the January transfer window, they let go of players, and they don't bring in anyone. That to me is not ambition. That to me doesn't sound like ambition. And if they're going to bring in Ousmane Dembele and have him sit on the bench and not play him a lot, and then I don't know. And if they're talking about signing him on a permanent basis, what if the next manager doesn't rate him? And then we get another Donny van de Beek or another Martial where he gets to be sat on the bench, not play.
Exactly.
We know his quality.
Well, that's why I say so. That's why I say it should be a loan. That's why I think it should be a loan instead.
20 million loan fee that's a scam.
What is it? 20 million loan fee?
Yeah, that's a scam.
I'm not trying to see Dembele, man. I'm not trying to see.
No, he's agreed to move to PSG.
Yeah, let PSG take him. I don't want him.
You know what?
Really? What's the source?
It's on the Manchester News or something.
I saw it somewhere. I can't remember.
And then for whatever, Romano has said the same thing as well. Like, they've been in contact today. So
who we getting?
Sorry?
Listen, I don't think we're getting anyone.
Man United. No, mate. Man United are a disgrace, man. I think
we're going out there. I think what we're trying to do right now is that we're trying to like focus on getting rid of players rather than getting players. So for me, I don't know, man. Like I just put this on the screen, by the way. What is Man United's strongest front 3? Obviously, you have to exclude, Mason. But like I said, man, I'm not rating this. I'm not rating these attackers.
Yeah, same. I saw that yesterday as well.
I want to know, because if for me, the front 3 that I would go for I'll probably go with Elanga, Ronaldo, Sancho. What are you guys saying, by the way? With this
Same. I'm same as you. Ahmed.
Oh, is it?
Same.
Okay.
I disagree. I'm going Sancho, Ronaldo, Pogba.
Oh, Pogba. Oh, okay.
I thought he was on the list.
So, wait.
Where's
So
the-
that means Labille is going to play McFred in the midfield.
Yeah.
So he's supporting that.
No. I think I would try him out on the left for the creativity.
Yeah. So that means our central midfielders are going to be McFred.
No, I will try him both. I'll play midfield and left. I wouldn't mind.
So what? He plays what? Pogba plays midfield and left wing. Or are you saying that you're happy with McFred and then Pogba on the left?
We don't have choice. It's not like we've got players to put in.
We have a choice. You can drop one of them and play Pogba in the center.
But you have to be realistic
I
now.
don't know the
Bruno's not going to get dropped.
Even though it has worked in the past. I'll be down to try with Pogba and Bruno in midfield. But then I also want to see Pogba on the left because I think I feel like he plays a lot more with a lot more freedom. On the left. I think he like the game against Leeds. He was sensational. So I don't know.
Yeah, but the thing is, he was playing better on the left because we were playing with 2 double pivots, like in 110. Now we're playing with 1-6 and 2 roaming 8s. I think he'd get that freedom from midfield. Like you're right that I agree with you that he was better on the left under Ole because the system was different. Like there was one roaming midfielder. But now with the idea of having only 1-6, like I'd have him in there. The only problem that I think I'm sort of not happy with is, it's not that I don't rate him and I don't want to go hard on him, but I just feel like it's a bit weird how quickly Elanga now is just is going to be a regular starter for this team to the rest of the season. Like I don't know how did that happen.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
I think that's not going to happen. The reason I'm saying that is one thing that I've seen about Rangnick or whatever his history says is that he knows how to manage the young players. So I think the fact that Elanga has come in, yes, he's starting regular. It's not because he thinks it's going to be the rest. I don't think it's going to be the same for the rest of the season. I think he's brought him in for the freshness and to inject some energy into the squad because you notice we have been playing the same people again and again and again, and we were not having the same the results or the football wasn't that great or people were not following the system. Now when you have a young player in, obviously with Rashford getting injured and also not in form, that gave a chance to bring in a young player, like something like we did with Rashford and Greenwood in the past. It's to provide that injection, provide a freshness to the squad so that it lifts everyone up. Because when a youngster comes in ahead of all the seniors, it's going to kick people in the butt. It's a simple reaction.
No,
and
I agree with you.
Yeah, but he's not. I don't think he's going to be a regular. I think what's going to happen now is
who's going to play ahead of him though.
I think what's going to happen now is in my opinion, and everyone's going to go berserk on this, but I think he's going to try and get Rashford back in the first team squad slowly. I think that's what's going to happen, and I think Elanga is going to come off the bench. That's my
issue. Like if you're expecting that for me, first of all, that they've thrown them under the bus. That's first thing. So like, just take the blame away from them. But Rashford has been piss poor since the start of the season.
No, he's been dropped. He's been dropped though. Rashford has been dropped
that's what I'm saying. I'm saying he's been dropped, and that's fair. And to be honest, since he's been dropped, when he came on the bench, he looks a bit better. And I understand that there might be a process going on. But my issue is, like, those are your 2 options now. Like, if at some point we come to realize that none of them is working out, like there's no February transfer window. Like we're done.
But then right now the focus of Rangnick is, like you said, it's to take away all probably the players who are not happy or the players, like just to clear up the squad a bit. I think what he wants to do is probably lean up the squad because we have a big squad. He wants to lean it down now. And then I think hopefully he's not the manager. Hopefully he goes up. And whoever the new manager comes in, then gets to fill in those spots.
No, I agree with you. I think that's exactly I think that's what's happening. But I just can't help but think that, and as I said, I think the moves like are good for the squad.
It's scary. It's scary. I agree with you. Yeah.
But entering the sub-4 race, like one thing about our squad, we've said it was unbalanced. In the start of the season, we knew that this team was already unbalanced. We knew that we had weaknesses. I don't think anyone here ever said that our team was perfect and that it didn't have weaknesses. We know we have a weakness in midfield. We know that we don't have necessarily the most balanced set of wingers. Still, in defense, we might need a player or two, but at least our squad was always deep. Like if one player wasn't performing, there'd be an alternative. There'd probably be a solution on the bench. I think we've lost that now. That scares me a bit. Like entering the sub 4 race.
I agree. Especially our midfield areas as well. Especially with Van de Beek going now, Matic can't play every game, can he? You know what I mean? We're left with Fred and McTominay. Our wide players.
We have Juan Mata as well.
Yeah, Mata's vanished. Mata's a ghost. I haven't seen that guy in a long time.
Bobby says Rashford is a finished footballer. Absolutely
brilliant
overrated.
comment.
Hang on. He said, if we were serious, we sell Bruno, Rashford, Maguire, McTominay, McFred, Sean, De Gea as well. Okay.
No.
Yeah.
You know,
I agree. I agree with him. He's spot on.
You know he's talking shit when you're saying sell De Gea.
No, he's not.
He's not smoking some shit.
You know what?
Why?
Yeah, you know what?
You're gonna sell a keeper who's been in the best form and kept us in this whatever.
I'll sell De Gea.
Let's make the team, right. So we've got our current players, right. Let me just make the the team, yeah.
Oh, wait,
we'll
sorry.
What's the reason for getting rid of De Gea?
We got rejected by Dembele as well.
What's the reason for getting rid of De Gea?
Well, if we're planning to bring a manager, say a Ten Hag, you know, even a Pochettino who likes to play out from the back, likes good keepers with good distribution, De Gea's not. We know De Gea's weaknesses already. De Gea's not a keeper can play out from the back. He doesn't have good feet.
That's not an issue that should be like on.
No, but I'm just saying for the next season, if we get like a Ten Hag or something.
No, I disagree.
He kicks the ball like a girl. He said, "Oh my days,
bro!" Like people like Edison, for example. He's got number one. He's got a very good defense in front of him, competent defense. He rarely makes saves, but we all know Edison.
He's overrated.
No, Edison's overrated, yes, but he's actually got a mistake in him, and his shot stopping is not as good as people think it is.
Yeah,
it's not really that good.
Yeah, I know that. I know.
Look, and the thing is that obviously Edison's very good with his feet, and he's got a mad long. You know, he can kick it very far.
That's why City bought him.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But you need to build the foundations. You can't be starting with a keeper that is on form, probably the best keeper in the Premier League right now, with the most clutch saves. So I don't think it's fair to just say De Gea out now.
Alia says Rashford is a very good player. He's just having a dip. He's playing 50+ games every season since 18 years old. I disagree.
I like this guy.
No. That's rubbish. No.
Yeah, exactly. I think you've heard him. That probably is the best example in the world that the guy may be finished. Like maybe
not finished. Finished is a bit too much, but
he's not pace.
We never know.
He needs the rest. He needs the rest. Simple as that.
Bobby says.
But like, there's other things.
Hey, yo, Bobby, bro, you're on smoke today. Big Show needs to be sold. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's true. Shaw needs to be sold.
Rashford.
Hey, who's this Bobby guy?
Right. He says Rashford never had a high ceiling. You know what? Let's make the team, by the way. So obviously, De Gea will. Hang on. So De Gea was anyone here rate Dean Henderson?
No. Couldn't give a toss.
Oh yeah.
No,
I don't know.
Like I mean, for me, I've been wanting David De Gea to leave the team for a while. But this is something that kills me with this fan base. Is at times they'd want a player to go out, and then they look at what we have in the bench and they think that that's better.
Yeah.
I really have no issue with David De Gea going because I think his distribution is terrible. Yeah, but if he goes, we need to bring in someone because there is no way I'm having Dean Henderson between the sticks.
Now, bro, Dean Henderson,
his distribution is not better than De Gea, and his shot-stopping ability is even worse. So
he's so overrated, Dean Henderson. By the way, he's so overrated. What is he good at?
I wanted them to come in actually.
I know me even mad, bro. What's Dean Henderson good at?
He's probably good at like commanding his box better than De Gea, probably.
Bro, I swear that led to a goal one time. I remember there was one game I was like, that's it. Dean Henderson can't be playing for United every game. Remember that game against Liverpool? That Salah goal.
My
God. And he just left literally the whole side of the goal just open so he can put it in. I was like, what sort of goalkeeper is this? What are they teaching you in Carrington?
Bro,
his goalkeeper awareness.
Yeah, awareness is poor.
And I agree that these are things that he might necessarily he might work on and get better at, but I think he should be doing that outside of Manchester United. You know, it's some mid-table championship team.
Bring back Romero.
We should have sold him when he came back from Sheffield. When he had the,
I think it was rumors that Chelsea wanted him apparently.
Yeah, for 50 million.
Yeah, Chelsea.
Yeah,
Are you
but
guys,
we
by the way,
need
I was going to say, are you guys happy with the two fullbacks? Because for me, I love Dallo. What are you man saying about the fullbacks
Same.
so far? Like,
I love
are you
Dallo.
happy with the,
at the
are you-
moment,
love
based
that.
on the form and everything. Yep.
Yeah,
Okay,
based on
so-
football. Based
Not
on
form.
football.
One
man.
Bissaka is never going to get form. He never
Based
has
on
form.
football, that's
Based on
a good
form,
one.
based on form and performances. Yep.
You know, by the way,
What
with
form does
Dallo,
Wan Bissaka have apart from
You know what-
Zlatan?
you know what it is with Dallo? Like people, you know what it is with Dallo? Yeah, there's a lot of people that written him off. By the way, I don't know why. I think he's sick.
I think he's quality. I like him so much, man.
Top
player.
quality. And again, as I said, you gain so much from just having a player play in a position, and his best attribute is he plays that position the way the position is meant to be played. And I've been saying this for a while. What he does is he goes up and down with energy, and he does everything that you ask from a fullback. If you're looking at something outstanding with Dallo, you won't find it. You know, we've seen better crosses of the ball. We've seen better dribblers. We've seen fullbacks that are quicker than him. We've seen fullbacks that are better defensively. But that's the thing about a fullback. We ask so much thing from him. We ask them to be good going forward. We ask them to be good defensively. There's just everything. He plays the position the way it's meant to be played. And since he's come into the team, I believe that there's no guy no player that has been performing better than him. And it's
I agree.
an embarrassment, it's a disgrace that he wasn't in the list of nominees for Player of the Month. It was a disgrace.
Exactly.
Somebody was there and they didn't put Dallo as a nominee for Player of the Month. He's been brilliant, and I think Wan-Bissaka needs to sort his future with his agent, because I don't think he's going to have a future at Man United. There's a guy.
Yeah, he doesn't have a future. Wan-Bissaka. I've said that many times. He's done. He's
I
finished.
think Wan-Bissaka is a very, very decent fullback, but for a team that's trying to defend.
Yeah, not for attack. I agree with that. He's attacking. He needs to improve. Otherwise, he's gone.
Yeah,
Simple
but he
as
can
that.
improve elsewhere. Manchester United is not a place to improve.
I understand that Manchester is not a place to improve or whatsoever. But if he's there as a backup for now, the least I expect is for him to improve. If let's say United
until the summer
whoever decides, look, I'm not going to jump the gun, or I'm not going to like start waving protest or whatsoever. Like in case
this guy is trolling now.
now he's trolling. At the moment, now he's trolling. I agree with you.
Hang on,
But
I
anyways,
would take AWB over Dallo if Sancho is playing on the right. Luke is better suited to Rashford than Sancho. Alias, bro.
oh wait,
listen,
no. Actually, that is that sort of makes
No,
sense.
that's
I agree with
no.
you. Logic. Anyways, no. Look. Anyways, oh my God. Anyways, like what I'm trying to say is, if
I
let's
thought
say
Robbie was going to agree with him.
I'm not gonna start protesting against the club if they decide to sell AWB, because I'll understand why they have sold him based on what's happening now and based on the system we are playing. Everything.
Just this overall game ain't good enough for this club.
No.
Let's be honest.
It's not. But you can't overall game. Like he's not suited as a modern day fullback. That's simple as that. Like he can't attack. His crosses are not that good. But in terms of defensive stuff, yes, he's good. And maybe it also might.
It's not just about tackling defense. It's not just 1v1.
Hold on. Let me complete.
There's a lot of things that are included.
Positioning.
There is, but no. There is, but then also we tend to forget that the stuff that you see from the right hand side, he hasn't had that much of support either. So there's a lot of things. There's a lot of factors. But again, I'm not going to throw my. I'm not going to have a cry or something if he's sold. Simple as that. I'll understand. It's a. Oh my God!
Oh, the chat's killing me, by the way.
Did you guys hear? We got rejected by Dembele as well. Apparently, United.
Of course we did.
He's crap. I don't want him.
He's going to PSG.
AWB plays like he's ice skating. AWB isn't a footballer. Move on.
Yeah, that's.
By the way, speaking of fullbacks, are you guys convinced with Alex Telles? Because for me, I don't rate Luke Shaw at all. Everyone knows my stance on Luke Shaw.
That's a bit of a tricky one, Ahmed. I like Telles. I think Telles is a good footballer. You know, he's got good crossing ability and stuff, but he's not a good. He doesn't bum down. You know what I mean? Like Luke Shaw does, where he ball progresses and stuff like that. So I think that's a concern what people have with him. You know, but I just give him a few more games, man, because he just needs to just get that. You know what I mean? That rhythm going and stuff like that, mate. I think I like him. He's been decent, but nowhere near Dallo. Nowhere near Dallo.
I think our right back spot is more secure than it is with the left back.
Yeah, I think we might need a new left back in the summer. Depends.
Yeah.
Theo Hernandez.
AWB is more. AWB is more of a defensive backup when he goes when he goes up to attack, he needs a DM to cover.
Oh,
his
what a
position.
load of rubbish, man. What is
Dalo will-
this?
Oh
Dalo
my
will
god!
not
Like,
be-
come on! Like you give perspective and everything for Dallo and all that stuff, and then when people try to defend AWB,
Nah,
with
that's
logic, you don't listen.
rubbish, bro.
Like, keep an open mind. Keep an open mind. If you want
Come
to
on.
like accept, keep a bloody open
Go
mind.
back to
when
that
you, like,
comment.
you can't just
Go back
put
to
him
that.
off.
Hey, this
Go
guy's
back
really
to that
trying
comment. You said that we need a DM to cover Wan-Bissaka. Come on, man.
Like I hate
Come on,
this.
When Henderson does that for what's his name, Hussein's favorite player, that is fine.
Who?
Like
Oh,
What's
it's crap, man.
Liverpool, Henderson? What's the
Ah,
guy's
it's
name?
crap, it's crap.
When Henderson covers for Trent while going forward, that's fine.
Nah,
When
please.
we talk about it for AWB, suddenly it's that logic or whatever nonsense. It
Man,
doesn't
Dallo's
matter.
been Dallo's been
Wait,
outperforming.
Yes, but look. I'm not contesting on the part that Dallo shouldn't start now. What I'm saying is AWB does have its deficiencies, yes, but there's also part of him. There's an aspect where he can improve.
no, guys.
Now, whether he will or not,
Guys,
I don't know.
We were told that Shaw was our best defensive fullback, and that Aaron Wan-Bissaka was our best defensive fullback. Since Ralph Rangnick has come, it was mostly Telles and Dallo that have played, and we've been averaging less goals on average.
But can I also wait? Can I also say something? One sec. The keyword there that you put there is defensive fullback. Now we are attacking more. Our system is different. What Rangnick wants is that the ball there should be difficulty for the opponents to bring the ball in our half. So if you notice the way we have been playing, the fullbacks have been pushed up towards the halfway line, which means they're adding pressure and ensuring that the ball doesn't come to our sort of third or whatever you want to call it on the pitch. So hence, yeah. So which is fine. In that sense, yes, AWB and maybe Luke Shaw, they won't be suited to that. Why? Because they're not that great in terms of
Maguire is suited to the
that
team as well.
discipline. So
I don't think Maguire is suited.
So for me, it's simple. Is that if you're playing this system, I agree. AWB and Shaw are probably not our best options. Telles and Dallo are probably the best options we have right now. But defensively, if you look at it, yes, AWB is better defensively. Attackingly and otherwise,
no way. He's not better. He's not better than Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka's not better than Dallo defensively. No way. Dallo's got good positioning, mate. It's not just 1v1. We're seeing slide tackling.
Are we happy with the back?
Come on, Robbie, man.
Are we happy with the back?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay, so obviously with the midfield three, with Pogba coming back, Bruno playing in the 8, McTominay, Fred, Matic. What do you guys think? Like the best midfield three that we could have?
I'll pick my midfield would be the most balanced for me. Would be Pogba, Matic, and Fred. For me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be probably on the CDM. I think he's going to put Pogba there, and he's going to put McTominay and Bruno on the other two.
You think Pogba and Bruno are both going to play as 8s?
I disagree. Do you know? Wait, this is what Rangnick will do, or what? Go on, Adil. Sorry.
Yeah, the thing that I don't like, and I agree that based on style, purely based on style, Fred, Matic, and Pogba are probably what's the best thing. But we need to not to forget about one element is all three. Sorry, not all three of them, but Matic and Fred are also left-footed, and Pogba likes to play on the left side. And you're gonna find yourself with him on the left side because that's where he plays best. And then Fred and Matic are gonna have to sort of play in that left-footed. You know how left-footed Matic is, like his brain's left-footed, like he receives the ball and he just goes. And every time we've seen that, we tend to shut down everything that's going on the right side of the team. So this is why I believe we need a right-footed player in the 8 next to Pogba, someone who. I mean, now that Donny van de Beek is gone, for me, it's probably just has to be Bruno.
Yeah, Bruno's going to play, isn't he? I think.
Yes.
Okay.
He is going to play.
Sorry?
Bruno is going to play whether you like it or not. It's going to be.
I think a more balanced team would be.
Oh crap! I put the wrong Bruno.
He's in Newcastle, bro. That Bruno is in Newcastle.
Now that Bruno is sick, by the way. Gumara, he's a baller. Oh, I've done it again. 1 sec.
Oh my god!
Hey, do you know
keep wishing.
I think what I would do is Matic, Fred, and Pogba. No, Matic, Fred, and Bruno, and then I'll put Pogba on the left if it was my team because I don't want to see Rashford and Langa week in week out. That's just my opinion.
So you put Pogba on the left.
Yeah, I would put Pogba on the left. I really would. I think I'll try it out, but not as a winger.
But
Even though,
Ralph said he doesn't think Pogba's a wide player. He said Pogba's
I understand.
suited to
I don't
midfield,
think
isn't
it's either, but
What's going to happen is it's going to happen like what we've been seeing in the past game, where you see Bruno like dropping in a bit, and then you see maybe McTominay going up a bit. That up and down in the midfield in order to control those two players that are going to go up and down for us. It's going to be Pogba and it's going to be Bruno, and someone at the back.
I think Matic. Yeah, go on, Robert. Sorry.
It's going to be either McTominay or maybe I don't think Fred has that discipline. So I think what's going to happen, Pogba is probably going to play a bit deeper, and then you have McTominay try to cover while those two guys go up and down. Because
that's what we've had for the past, I don't know, since Pogba signed. This is always this. We're lacking this, we're lacking that, we're lacking this, we're lacking that. Conclusion: Pogba needs to play deeper. Like I'm sick and tired.
Sad, isn't it?
No, not deeper. The reason I said deeper is not in the sense of like he will be going deeper. I think he'll still be playing that attacking in terms of he'll have more freedom to go up. And you'll see someone like a McTominay or like a Fred or someone playing deeper in terms of like the CDM sort of role where they try to keep
that's exactly what I would do. For me, this is what I would do. I wouldn't play Matic in there. I'll play Fred instead of him,
Okay.
and because it's gonna be like we need to have these. The thing again, like now I'm thinking about it and I'm looking at it, the more Labile's this proposition of playing Pogba on the wing starts to make more and more sense, and like it's crazy because.
So who would you play in the sixth?
You know what's about? Look, this is the point I'm trying to make. Playing Pogba in the midfield is the ideal situation, but if you can't, like Matic is not good enough to clean up. Have I frozen?
Who would you play in the six and in the number 8? So we
don't have a good enough 6, and Matic can't play very often. He can't even play 90 minutes with high intensity, and that's why I'm thinking. I want still Pogba, progressing up the pitch, and I don't want him to be in this midfield battle and scrapping and slide tackling stuff. And I want him. He needs to be McTominay, and that's what I liked when he played off the left. Even though it's not ideal for him to play very wide, he did play kind of wide for Juventus when he played with the 4-man midfield. He was on the left, and what I'm saying is he gets the freedom and he gets to run, give and go, and he's given the freedom without because if he does lose the ball, there's a pivot, a number 10 behind him, and the left back behind him. So he's got a lot of cover. Because a lot of things that happens when he plays in the midfield is sometimes Pogba can be very rash, and he might
overrun,
and he might lose the ball, and then it might lead to a goal. It's happened a few times, and that's what when you don't have a top. That's what Pogba needs: top quality holding midfielder that can clean up for him, like a Kante or like a Matuidi used to have it behind him, whatever, or Pirlo. Pirlo is different because he dictates the play. So
that's what we need, bro. That's what we need.
Yeah, but that's what we need. That's why there's no point in the midfield. Yeah.
That's why we need to play like Chouameni, bro. He's a baller. That's what we need. Yeah. We need to play like him. But so this is the team that you guys think that's the most realistic.
I'll take out McTominay. I'll play Matic still, but that's what
I ain't trying to see McTominay in this team at all. By the way, he's
and look, Pogba's not going to be a winger. Let's get this straight. He's going to be playing very
He's going to be playing in midfield.
Are we going with
the midfield? Yeah.
Are we going with Ragnick's team or are we going with our team?
I think this is Ragnick's team.
Ragnick, like what Ragnick would do, right?
I don't think Fred's going to be dropped. By
I don't think Matic or Fred. I don't think Matic will play. I think it's going to be
McTominay.
I think it's going
to be McTominay.
No, Pogba, and then Fred's out. McTominay is probably playing in, not Fred either.
I think Ralph prefers Fred over McTominay.
Okay, then I think Fred and Pogba. Not so Fred will go CDM and Pogba as a
Why
CDM.
though, Ahmed? Why? Why do you think that?
I think Fred's a better player than McTominay, and I think a player like Fred is more suited to Ralph's system and how he wants to play. Energetic. High press and like.
But McTominay is kind of like that, isn't he? He's high energy, physical as well.
He doesn't,
and he's been playing more than Fred, hasn't he?
Yeah, but the thing is with McTominay, like he doesn't demand for the ball enough for me in the midfield.
That might not be his job. That might not be his job to demand the ball. Maybe his job is just to run around and just cut away the passes.
But bro, when you're playing in number 6, it's his job. It's your job whether you want it or you don't.
Yeah,
like we need.
He hides a lot.
No. What I'm saying, it might be the manager's instruction for him to not. Like he might be just an
How
option.
could that be an instruction?
He might not be a guy who's meant to have the ball a lot. It
Yeah,
might be that
he might as well not be on the pitch then if he's holding
no,
midfielder.
but you
How's
don't
he-
know what the manager wants, bro. It's up to the manager's system. Like we
There's
can
no logic,
we-
though.
honestly,
Okay, what's the logic behind that?
Bro, but how can he be hiding as a number 6 though? Like he's
I
not
don't
doing
know
anything.
what manage- And the thing is, it was like that against Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And even if, like, let's just say the manager tells him, you know what, be the guy that dictates. I don't think he can. You know, it's
Yeah.
hard to be able to dictate the play. What Manchester United truly need is that midfielder who's got the technical ability, the passing range, the tidiness to be able to get our team from averaging 50% possession to 60-65%.
Like a Rodri, Jorginho type.
Someone like a Jorginho, someone that's going to make those passes all along so that we keep redistributing the ball. And when we play a Pogba or when we play a Bruno or a Sancho or a Ronaldo through, they can finish that chance. They can make that final ball. They can play that final ball. Right now, with guys like, I mean, I don't have a problem with Matic. I think Matic is a good player. I just don't think he's in his prime anymore. But with a player like McTominay, is we get that sideways pass that doesn't progress. His positioning's all off. When you need him to be open, he's not there. You look at a player like Jorginho. His best attribute is the moment you're pressed, you can just look back and he'll be open. He's already in possession.
Press resistant.
I think,
Yeah, press resistant.
Adil, I think the main thing here, the key point is we can discuss, but then the problem is we are looking at I think in this sense what's his name, Ahmed was saying that we are looking what Ragnick will pick through his logic and what we have seen. I think he's going to probably pick. I think he'll pick Fred, not McTominay. To be honest, if he's playing with Pogba, it's going to be Fred, Pogba, and Bruno. And on the left, obviously, I think it's still going to be Elanga for a bit for the next maybe 2 or 3 games. And I can see Rashford and Sancho coming back on the right and left, respectively, with Ronaldo leading the line. So I think that's
like if we don't sign
like it or not.
Like
Sorry?
if we don't sign anyone in the next 24 hours, I think he'll change the system. He'll change the formation. I don't think we'll be playing this 4-3-3 again. Because
What do you think he'll play?
But we have been effective. That we have been the most effective with this system, though.
Yeah, but that was before the Greenwood saga hit. Like now we're Greenwood is someone that he probably expected was going to start.
Yeah, but then with Greenwood,
I think we might go to back 3. There's a possibility, I think.
But the centre back shortage though.
No,
Yeah,
but
no,
you
that's
can
only
play
for doing
Shaw in there. You can play Shaw. I think
Yeah.
if you're playing with a back
True,
three-
true.
if you're playing with a back 3 of Shaw, Varane, and Lindelof, I don't think that's too bad, to be honest. Especially in these.
I mean, I think that's the best way to get the best of fullbacks as well, Della and Tellers. I think they'll go far.
Yeah, I actually agree.
to
I
play
think we should
wing-back.
go to back 2. I think we should go to a back 3.
I've said
Who would
that
you
for
put-
ages,
who would
mate.
you- Who would you
We're
put in the
also
two?
forgetting.
Who would you put in the 2 holding midfielders if you're playing with the back 3 and 2 wing backs? Who's the
Fred.
2 holding?
I'd play
Fred
Fred
and
and
Matic.
Are we going to play 3 back 2 or 3-4-3?
3-4, yeah. 3-4. Bruno and Fred, you're saying?
Yeah, I'm putting.
I think Fred and Matic.
2 left foot players in the midfield.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, I'd play.
No,
I'd
Listen,
play
I
Fred.
agree with this comment, by the way. Ruben Neves. I rate this guy. I think we should go get him. And
He's
I would
quality.
rather him over Declan Rice because he's cheaper.
Oh, 100%. And not just cheaper, he's just a better footballer. He's
Exactly.
more suited to what we need.
100%. That's who I would go for. But we're not going to
Quality,
get.
man.
Nah,
Yeah, and if we played that 3-4-3, like in that front 3, if you played Cristiano Ronaldo with Pogba and Sancho playing off of him, just freedom, like they could be free because yes, I know that technically they're supposed to be wide, but no, the width is provided by the fullbacks, by the wing backs.
yes.
So they can be free to roam in that zone. And if you need to play a bit more defensive, then you could play a 3-man midfield with Bruno, Pogba, and a 6. And you could just have Sancho playing off the back of Ronaldo. But I think that allows us to do much more things. And the other possibility is to play with a 4-4-2 diamond. That's another thing.
Oh, yeah.
We have.
I just don't want to see. I just don't want us to
changing
see.
the formation. I
Go
don't
on.
think it's changing the formation because there might be a chance that Jesse Lingard doesn't go.
Yeah, but Jesse Lingard, like, is he going to be a contributor?
Jesse needs to
No,
piss off. man.
but
He's- I can't stand
but
Jesse.
the way the Greenwood stuff has happened now, like I don't think I'm probably
Should we
think
touch on the Greenwood
Jesse will get a chance. Sorry,
Should we touch on the Greenwood stuff?
no, nothing.
Yo, listen, if you want to talk about it,
Bro,
it's up to you, innit?
everything is just depressing now. So might as well don't like. If we touch on it, it's going to get more depressing.
Yeah, I agree.
He's got
No,
a
but
point there, mate.
yeah, he's an idiot for that. He's an idiot. He
He's
deserves
done.
everything that's getting to it. He deserves to be in
I
prison.
wanna
Bro.
ask, I'm gonna have to go and like.
Yeah, go on, bro, go on.
Do you lot think it's over for him, football, like United
Yes.
career?
Yep, finished.
Yeah.
Finished.
Done.
There's people like Balotelli not Balotelli, Boateng that did, assaulted his wife or whatnot.
Yeah, but
I condemn it first of all. I'm condemning it. What I'm saying is, I can't guarantee that it's gonna be his end of football career. Maybe United career, possibility. Football career, I don't think so.
Maybe if he comes back in this team, bro, I'm done. Like that's me done.
He has been suspended at the moment.
Like if a judge looks at that, like if we're talking about like what it means in regards of the jurisdiction of this case, like there's an audio tape of him raping someone. Like I don't think that he could get away with that in terms of in the legal side of things. That's why I don't believe that, because he might go to jail. That's number one. And even if he wasn't, I don't think any serious football club would want to be associated with that. Like, I don't think there's a football club that would want to have him under contract at the team. First of all, for the bad press. And like Mason Greenwood could never say that there were two sides to every story, because we all saw what it was like. That's why I don't think
you're right. I think it would be a different story if the videos and the audio never came out and it was just, her word against his.
Fully agree.
100%, because there would be no evidence, bro. You know what sealed it for me? The video, not the video, the audio. Sorry,
the audio. Yeah,
bro,
the audio told everything.
You know what's crazy? If you actually look at the picture, when you put it on Instagram, there's a date that said 2020. So it's been happening for a long time, because I think last year they broke up and then they came back together. So obviously there's been issues happening a lot. And listen, Mason's, he's not a serious person, bro. He's not serious.
And look, and Ahmed, can I just say something?
Go on, bro.
We have heard, like, I never really like delved into it really, but we have heard there's attitude issues. Why he doesn't go for England. There has been talk about Greenwood's attitude, but I've never seen it. Like, I never really thought.
When you look at Mason's face, and when you look at his, just as a person, you think, oh, he's an introvert guy, he's shy and stuff like that. But when you see him, I didn't expect him to be like what he did. I'm still shocked, by the way. Like,
bro, you remember I told you, there's something off about Greenwood in the past few weeks that just started to dislike him more, mate. Like his attitude
you say that about every player you dislike.
No, I don't. I don't.
Everyone,
bro.
Bruno is giving you stuff. What's the other guy? Who else? McTominay.
No, but on a serious note, let's be serious. On a serious note, I think there's just something off about that kid, man.
We'll do 2 more.
But it's something off about that kid. And then when that news came out, because I woke up instantly, went on my phone, and I saw someone send it to me, and I was shocked, man. I was like, "What the hell is going on?" Go on, man.
There was a guy that tweeted me saying, I said to him, I tweeted under Johnny's tweet saying, "Send this guy to prison," and then there was a guy. There was a guy saying he tweeted me saying, "What about our squad depth?"
Squad depth, idiots.
Like,
man. What is wrong with these people, dude?
No. Forget about that. There's even a worse one that I just saw. They were like, someone said, everyone's unfollowing him, right? Like, if you look at it, I think Ronaldo and everyone have unfollowed him. 3 or 4 players have already unfollowed, including Pogba as well.
Wait, really?
Yeah. On Instagram, 4 players. I think Cavani, Pogba, Ronaldo, and I can't remember who's the last one who's unfollowed on Instagram. And then this guy came back and said, it's when the Mendy thing happened, no Man City player unfollowed, and this is like something like along the lines of, not the exact words, but something along the lines of, this is shambolic. They should have stood by him and given him some help because of the mental pressure and the stuff he's facing currently right now when he comes in the dressing room. And I'm like, when a guy has done this, you expect someone to put an arm around him and say, "Oh, no, it's fine." Like, like
it's just annoying, man. Like, I hope the victim's fine in it. Like, that's what's more important.
Yeah, that's what matters.
Yeah, and bro, having that talent, bro, and you just throw it away just for some dumb. Like, he deserves.
Bro, I don't even think he was talented, dude. I don't even. People say he was talented, man.
Phil Jones is not going anymore. He's staying.
No, but the thing is, you're not going to see. What I'm trying to say is that you're not going to see a pure finisher like him at his age, like they don't come around often. I don't, like I said, bro. I don't rate Mason in terms of his all-round game, but finishing wise, he's one of the best you're gonna see. So to see him throw it away, it is what it is. But yeah, man.
What did I tell you? Believe in Rashi.
Nah, I won't believe in Rush. But listen, I'm gonna wrap up the show, innit? I just want to big up everyone on the panel, by the way. Like, listen, it was a good show. I appreciate you all for coming on, and yeah, man. Make sure you tell the people where they can find you in it, because I've tweeted. By the way, people, I've tweeted their ads on Twitter, so make sure you give them a follow. But yeah, man, tell the people where they can find you anyway if they don't know where. Go on, Robbie.
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter under my real name, Jasdeep, and then there's a couple of numbers on it which I made. But yeah, basically Robbie Singh. You can see my picture on it as well. That's the only place I'm available at the moment. So yeah.
Nah, big up, Robbie. What about you, Zidane? Plug your channel, bro.
Yeah, man. Channel Realist TV. You know what I mean? Check me out on there. Yeah, man. Told you about this the other time we spoke.
I should follow. I should subscribe. My bad.
Yeah, subscribe to Realist TV, people. Subscribe.
Yeah, man.
What are you saying, Labille, bro? What are you saying?
Yeah, man. You can find me on Twitter at Labille United. I can find me on here too. Big up for inviting me.
Always, bro. Always. And man, like Idol, bro. Like, big up for coming on. By the way, great debut. Like, you spoke a lot of sense, and big up for joining, man.
Yo, loved it. Like, I'll be back. Like, I enjoyed it, guys. You can find me on Twitter at The Red Knight.
Yep.
And thanks for having me on, bro. I really enjoyed it. Nice chat.
Big up, people, by the way.
Yeah, thanks, Ahmed, man. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Ahmed, for having us.
Now, listen, I'll always get people on, man. It is what it is, bro. But big up, by the way. Take care.